the spring, now we come from winter to spring, isn't it? You know, one day it's cozy, and then I'm like taking the sweater off and it's lovely and warm. So it's that strange time of year where it's hot, it's cold, it's hot, it's cold. But so maybe we're not quite so cozy now. We're feeling a little bit spring fresh and little vitality. I hope so. But one way I always connect to that is, without question, to connect to the breath, whether I want cozy or vital, it's to tune into the breath and feel the breath in my body. And we can wake that up a little by, first of all, just strumming the fingers, tapping the fingers gently on the chest, and feeling the breath here in our upper ribs, the upper part of the lungs. And see if we can get that a little freer, a little fresher. And begin to just move to the side of the lung and lean a little to the side and go a little back and forth. Keep tapping. See if you can feel your ribs move as you breathe. You'll feel them move as you move, I think. And then we can switch it across to the other side. Give a little tap, a little lean, and a little move as you tap. Do you feel your ribs move as you breathe? And a little bit of stretch as you stretch. Good. And then lean forward into your chair and see if you can reach your hands behind your back and give the lower ribs a little tap. And you could make a sound here. Ah, ah, ah. Good. Shake out the arms a little. Stand out the feet a little. And let's just connect to the breath and see if we've got some more volume now. A hand to the heart and a hand to the upper belly, and see if you can feel all of that movement now with a nice free range of your breathing. Give it a good exhale. If you'd like to make a little sound, it's very nice for the nervous system, very calming, soothing. And perhaps we can use our breath as a metaphor here as breathing in sunshine, breathing sunshine into your body. And as you breathe out, that sunshine is just coming out and spreading all around you. Breathing in light, breathing in sunshine. And breathing out, spreading that light. So it's like a little aura all around you. And one more really nice conscious breath. And letting yourself sparkle a little as you exhale. Super. Release the arms all the way back down by your sides. Roll your shoulders. Let's release any tension there, especially if you've sat at a computer or be using other devices. We can get the crinkles out there and the crackles. And then we can take one hand to a shoulder, it doesn't matter which one, put it on the muscular part rather than the bony, and we'll squeeze while we roll the shoulder. And squeezing like squeezing gunk out of a sponge, squeezing the stuff out and getting fresh stuff in. I was just walking in a beautiful area where there's a trickling brook, and it makes me think, you know, trickling brook, lovely, fresh, clean water coming into all around the shoulder joint. Oh, that feels nice. Then just take a moment and notice how that feels, if that made any difference to the way that your shoulders sit upon your rib cage. Perhaps it feels a little more settled and comfortable, the neck. And then we'll move that arm, move it in a few dimensions, so let it come up, a little bit back, and then draw a circle in front. Take your circle the other way. And then palm up, skim that around and turn your head to follow your hand. Sweep it all the way back. Lovely. Shake it out. And we did that side. So we're going to give a treat to the other side, I hope. So put your hand onto the meat of your shoulder. So if you're feeling a lot of bone, it's not going to do very much. We really want to squeeze those trapezius muscles. So give them a squeeze as you roll your shoulder. And I'm using the power of imagery to help. I can think of, there's lots of fresh blood coming in to nourish my muscles. And every breath is releasing tension. And there's a lovely fluidity happening in there. like creating fresh water moving around. And we're mostly made of water, so that is kind of true. All right. Notice how that sits, if that just helped a little to relax the shoulder. And then we'll move different ranges of motion. So lifting up, down, and a little back, and then drawing a circle in front. And we can do that the other way. So nice range of motion. And then with the palm up, you turn around, turn the head, and sweep it back. Lovely. Hands onto the lap. Let's move a little more with the spine and the shoulders. So first of all, we'll do a few rounds of cat and cow. So nice and easy and free, breathing in, lifting your chest, your heart, and exhale, rounding in, tail sliding forward. Inhale, slide your tail back. Exhale, slide your tail forward, your chin down. Take 3 or 4 rounds, your breath. And again, using some imagery here of how fluid your spine moves, like a little wave. Or maybe you see a wave, push your back forward, and then push your belly forward, like you're riding a wave. Enjoy. Lovely. Now we'll add a little bit of the shoulders and the arms to it. So the palms can flip up as you lift your chest, your chin. Exhale, rounding in, hands to knees. Again, your breath, your pace. Lovely, beautiful wings. I haven't seen any butterflies yet, but lots of birds are out singing their song and their wings. Beautiful little colors on the wings. So maybe you see that in you. Very fluid, easy. Beautiful. All right, coming back into center. So now we'll do a little bit of side bending, and again, add some shoulders in there as well. So just begin to side bend as if you're trying to reach the floor. And then we can add some shoulders, as in hike your shoulder up, stretch it and reach down, hike the shoulder up, stretch, reach your fingers down. So now we sort of elongate that and up. And reach it down. Hike it up. Reach it down. One more like that each side. Great. Bringing it into center, putting the fingers onto the shoulders and make a nice circular motion with your elbows. So I've got some glitter on my elbows and I'm making nice sparkly circles. And we can take that the opposite direction. Getting some lotion in there. All right, then reaching one elbow up, the other down, big stretch. And switch it to the other side. So lifting and opening through the shoulder, but also the spine. So the more we can side bend and open and reach. And to the other side. And then coming back to center. Now, lift up your right elbow and slide your right hand down to your back. So as if you're going to get to your bra strap. Take your other hand and we'll give a little tricep stretch here. So you're trying to pin the elbow as close to your head as you can, and then pull it a little bit across. Just pull, pull, pull. Well, nicely pull. And then you can add a little side bend in there as well, if that feels good. Find just the right spot for you. So there might be a little angle that you need to turn your body to really stretch into the triceps, so that we don't stretch them too much. So enjoy. Take a breath or so. Great. Come back into center. We're going to do the other side. So as if you're reaching for your bra, so hand is flat on the back, and then give a little pull across, hugging the elbow to your ear. It's a lot going on here, but we're also trying to free the rib cage for our breathing. This is where we let the sunshine in, I hope. So make us a teeny side bend. And breath. Finding just the right angle to give a little extra. Come back into center, release the arms down. Again, give another of nice little rolls. And then arms are in the comfy chair. No, they're not for long. So push your elbows back and then reach it forward. Pushing elbows back, sliding your shoulder blades toward the spine. Reach it forward. Again. This time we'll reach it forward, interlace fingers, push out the palms and round in a bit here. So now feel the shoulder blades slide away from your spine. Take a breath or two. I don't want to be here forever though. I want to open a little. So come back and slide, elbows back, lift the chest just that little bit, pushing the elbows back. And then one more time, interlace fingers, push a little away from the spine. Breath. Great. Now we can maybe, if you sit to the side of your chair, it's a little more awkward with the chair. So can you interlace the fingers behind you? So if you sit to the side, you probably should be able to do that. And again, feel shoulder blades really gliding towards each other. It's the opposite of how we tend to live life, you know, stuck over a device. So there's, you know, chest out proud. Then see if you can hinge forward a little bit and really stretch those hands behind you. Try to relax your head a tad. So you're not using your neck muscles to hold your head too much. Feel the breath. Okay, push your way back up, release that. Phew. Now let's see if we can do our side bend and reaches all the way. Right arm reaches, big stretch. And to the other side. Big stretch. Lovely. And back down. So just take a moment, pause, feel, does that open the ribs, the lungs, that little bit, get some of that spring vitality. We're going to layer on a move now to the side bend. So we'll do a little more, but this time we're going to integrate the neck. So first of all, we'll take right ear to right shoulder. And to me, I feel like that's quite stiff and I don't get a lot of range of motion. Then head to center, do the other side. How's your range of motion here? Is the ear touching the shoulder? Probably not. Bring head back to center, right ear to right shoulder. Now, a little trick is to turn your chin and your nose up toward the ceiling. And you might find, oh yeah, actually I get a little closer. Follow your breath. And then turn your head, your chin and nose to look down toward the right shoulder, arm, leg. Then turn your head back up to the ceiling. And back down toward the floor. Try that again. One more, turning the head so the ears, trying to find the shoulder. And then head turns down. All right, bring the head to center. So big stretch down the side of the neck for me with that one. Let's try it on the other side. So ear goes to shoulder, but then try to turn your nose and your chin toward the ceiling. It's as if you're directing more ear to the shoulder. See how that feels? Feel that little stretch into the neck fibers. Breathe. And let's see if we can turn the head at that angle. So you're turning your nose and your chin to look down toward your arm, your leg. And then turning your head back up, drawing ear to shoulder. Let's try that again. Look down. And then looking to the ceiling. Great. Gently come back into center. So a lot going on. We'll put the hands onto the back of the neck, one on top of each other. Give a squeeze while you nod your head. So you squeeze the muscles as your chin comes down, squeeze, squeeze, and then lift up. And then chin down and squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Again, getting fresh blood supply, but also fluid in between the layers of the muscles. All right, let that go. Now we're going to add on the layers. So coming into a side bend, right arm slides up, reach it up. And then we're going to turn the head down to look at the floor. Breathe in, turn the head up and the ears like sliding to the shoulder. Breathe out, head to the floor. And one more, turning the head. And head to the floor. Release that arm all the way down. I hope we've layered that enough so it's not, too much at once. Shall we try the other side? And each side has a different story. So we have our side bend. Nice. Hopefully we're open there. But can we also have mobility in the neck? So looking down at the floor and then turning to look up to the ceiling, gliding ear towards shoulder. Let's try that again. Turning the head to the floor. Follow your breathing. Turning the head to the ceiling. Head to the floor. Let's lower the arm down all the way in front and back to center. And we did it. Okay, so we've done some flexion extension, side bending, but we haven't done any rotation yet. So it's time for a hug. Yes. And that's always cozy. That's a cozy bit of yoga, is a little hug. But we can take that into some spring vitality. So one thing would be to rustle a little bit in your chair. So can you move on your butt cheeks in the chair? So you'll see your knee will move a little bit, your feet will move. And I feel like I've got to burst out the cocoon now. So if you can start to reach one arm forward, one arm back, but make it a little more, put some pep, some vitality by getting your feet, your legs a little active, the pelvic floor is a little more active now. And we can reach up nice and high. And then we can reach it low. But still stay pretty active in your legs. We'll go one more round of high. And then coming back into center, hands onto the legs, circle it out. How's the breathing? Change your direction. As we start to wake up our hip joints. Hooray, hooray for hip joints. All right, okay, we can wake them up now by centering and lifting up a leg. And there we are, folding out the hip joint. It's all right if you put your hands like that. You'll feel the press of the belly and the thigh. And there's our hip joint. It's kind of nice to know. Now we'll take the right leg and use our hands to get a bit more range of motion to the hip joints. So how foldable can you be? Super foldable. I feel like a nutcracker or something. So that's one range of motion in that direction, but we could also go out and in. And we'll use that perhaps if we do tree pose, you need that more external movement. And then we can circle. So nice full range, do what you can do. Change your direction. And getting that lovely lubrication, the fluid synovia into the joint. Then we'll put that side down, turn toward that leg and fold over, and maybe we can reach and touch our toes. Super hip flexibility. Maybe you're able to sense your breathing between the belly and the thigh. Do you feel movement there? That feels good. Let's bring it all the way back up. And we're going to be flexible onto the other side as well. So you can lift and lower. And obviously the hands can help you pull in more, hug in more. Try not to do too much with your back, though. I mean, not rounding so much, but make it flexible in the hip joint, not your spine here. More if possible. And then we can do a little out and in. And then we can circle. And we have a ball in a socket that's kind of coating our synovial fluid into every little corner so that we're flexible and free in our movement. I hope we can circle the other way if you haven't. And one thing I love about that too is that that synovia carries away debris from movement in the joints. So if things get, you know, mucky in there, that's what the synovia does. It carries away all of the bits of grit and, you know, the waste, metabolic waste when we move. But we haven't moved this way. So now we're going to see if we can fold and reach the foot. Super foldable. Super breathers. Are you feeling the breath somewhere? Moving the belly. And relax your head, let the weight of the head hang. And then we'll bring ourselves all the way back up. Great. And I think we'll do just a little for waking up the knees and the feet, and then it's time to stand and do a little bit of balance and standing poses. So tap into your legs. Wakey, wakey. No sitting around for you. Then we're going to give some love to the knees, first on the inside of the knees. So we have our collateral ligaments on the inside and the outside, and they're very aware, they're very sentient. Then we can do the outside collateral ligaments. And then coming down a little further and just rubbing around the edges of the shins, you can rub into there. This is a nice acupressure point as well for digestion, if you like that. Good, good, good. Now just give a moment to let your knees kick, not too far, not too much, but see if that's got a smooth, easy action. It feels very, very nice for me. I like that. I'm ready to kick. All right, then we'll get the feet woken up a little bit. So now we'll hold the leg out and point and flex the foot. Pause and wiggle your toes. And you wiggle them all. You are breathing, right? Then we'll shimmy the foot side to side and then circle the foot. A 1, a 2, a 3, circle the other way. A 1, a 2, a 3, and then wiggle your toes again. Great. Tap, tap, tap with the toes, get some circulation to the bottom of the foot, and hopefully now you can feel the foot is a little more awake, a little more alive. Shall we do that on the other side? Yes, we shall. So holding the leg out a little bit, that'll work the knee muscles, the leg muscles a little, and then point and flex with your foot. So all of this is only the foot moving, not the rest of the leg. Then wiggle your toes, give them a good wiggle. Anyone stuck? I've got a couple that aren't doing a lot. Then we'll go side to side action with the foot. And then circle. And you can change your direction in your circle. And then stop and wiggle your toes again. Can you breathe freely while you wiggle your toes? I'd say that's not that easy. And then we tappy tap. And then it's time for those who like to get up. If you don't want to get up, that's fine. We're going to practice getting up, down out of the chair. It's a good thing to do. We're going to do it 3 times. But if you don't want to do it, already our warm-up of pushing into the heels and lifting your bottom is already an exercise. But those who'd like to join me, next one, I'm getting up, and I might see you there. Jolly good. Let's try sitting down again, nice and elegantly. There we go, very nice and elegant. Shall we do it again? And up we go. Beautiful. And elegantly sitting down and coming up. Beautiful. It's time for some global movement. So those who are up, enjoy your global movement. What is global movement? Global movement means moving all of your body. So we just sort of sat in the chair, moved our shoulders a little or our spine. But if I, for example, reach up with my right arm and lift up my left heel, this is more of a global movement. And you see I'm involving my fingers to my toes. And we'll switch it to the other side. Lift up the heel and reach the fingers. There's a little balance too. And we'll reach back and forth. Make sure your breath's flowing and you're enjoying that big stretch. You can reach for anything. Nobody can put things on a top shelf that you can't get. Lovely. And we can take this now into a little bit more of a twisty action. So twist and reach and see if you can move your feet. While you twist, you could move your feet any way that you like, any way you want to. But what would give you a better reach? See if your body can figure out. Feeling the breath in your body. Feel your ribs move. All right, for those who'd like to play with a little balance, you can reach and maybe the toes come from the floor. Maybe they come from the floor. It's up to you. It's as if somebody put you in a, stop the motion in a video, and you can press play again as soon as you want to, or you can keep it on pause. As long as you're breathing and getting this lovely global range of motion. Great. Coming back into center. So there's our first play with balance. The next one will take a tree pose. So you might want to use your chair, you might not want to use your chair, can't say, it's up to you. So earlier on we were warming up the hip, and we're going to do that for tree pose, because tree pose is a hip opener. Opens what? It opens at the front here. It doesn't open the back, it opens at the front. So with toes down, we're going to wag the knee a little open and close, like a gate, gently blowing open in the breeze. Now you can get to decide, well, do I want to keep my toes on the ground, or do I want to slide my foot somewhere else? Do I want to hold on tightly, loosely, one finger, no fingers? Do I want branches? Do I want to hear the birds singing in my branches? Return to the feeling of breath. Your lungs are like two inverted trees. Perhaps you could see your body full of leaves that are almost lighting up with blossoms every breath. Enjoy another deep, full, cleansing breath. And then we can begin to shake out the tree a little bit. All right, coming back onto two legs. How did it go? Feel pretty good? Steady, strong. And when we do these balances, they're building your bones, your muscles, and balance is such a key to good health. So you can shift where you stand on the chair, or you can just do the same side. It's entirely up to you. But we are going to, first of all, come onto the toes of the leg and open and close the gate a little. So notice there's a stretch into the groin as the knee turns out, which I think this makes the balance more challenging. How about you? Now find your position. Do you want toes on the floor? Do you want to put the foot on the shin or higher? It's entirely up to you. Check in. Strong. Rooted. And for our balance, maybe we sense our roots going deep, deep, deep into the ground in all directions. And maybe we hear the birds singing their spring song, the spring breeze rustling our leaves. And the breath within us, giving us life. And we can return to being a biped from being a tree. Again, give things a little shake out. Check we're okay. We're going to do a standing pose called triangle today. I like to do triangle for a number of reasons. One, it is good for your bones and your muscles. Well, that's two reasons, isn't it, really? It's also quite good for balance, I think. And I can throw in a little balance challenge based on what we did earlier. But it's great at, again, opening up the ribs and the breath. So we'll come back to just, we're going to do, start to tap the left side again of your ribs as you lift up your arm. And coming into a side bend, give a little tap. Then flip your palm up and look up to your hand. Keep tapping and breathing. Great. And then bringing that down. So you don't really need a chair to help you balance them, but I think you might need a chair as we take a slightly wider stance. And I'm going to turn the feet toward the right. And the feet are sort of, you can, adjust to whatever feels just right for you with your distance. Bend into your knees a little bit and just shimmy a little side to side. Wake up the knees, the feet, the hip joints, get them happy and talking to each other. Maintain a teeny bend, and you can hold the chair. And then let's come back to lifting up that arm and opening up. Now you can begin to straighten the legs a little more if it's okay. You can use the chair to lean into. Or you can put your hand on your leg. It's up to you. Could you then look up toward your hand? Feel your breathing. It's moving those ribs. If you feel steady, you could layer on the challenge of turning your head to look down to the floor and then looking back up at your hand. If that feels unsteady, don't do it. But if you want to try it again, it's a balance challenge of looking down and then looking up. Lower the arm down, bend into your legs, coming all the way back to center. Hope that went well, because it's quite surprising that turning the head can actually throw your balance. So just, go gently with that. All right, I'm going to do the same idea on the other side. So first of all, we're warming up the ribs opening. There's a lot of rib opening going on. Get the breathing in here. Warm up the side bend. So taking the right arm up and tapping around the ribs here. These have to be nice and open. We're getting some blood supply in there now. And then turn your head to look up and head to look down. Keep breathing, tapping, head to look up, head to look down. Okay, bring the arms back down. Now we're going to find a wider base. Little challenge, just a little bit wider, and turn your feet to the left. So both feet are sort of trying to point in that direction. Then bend your knees, glide a little, shimmy a little, make sure we're set up in harmony between the feet, the knees, and the hips. And then we're kind of ready to explore triangle on this side. So keep a little bend, you can hold the chair, and then reach it up, Explore straightening the legs and peeling your ribs up toward the ceiling a little bit. Then you can hold the chair, or maybe your hand slides to your leg, either way. Feel your breath. And then very, like a curious kitten here. What if you turned your head to look down to the floor? And then turned your head to look to the ceiling? Is it possible? You could try it again or say, no, I don't think so. It's really up to you. Let the arm gently slide down. Bend to your legs. Push your way gently back. Coming back with the feet together. So I think we should be a goddess today. I think it would be good to be a goddess. See if your knees are in with me. So this is taking a slightly wider stance again. And again, you can choose it's wider or not as wide, but we're going to assist a little turn out of the legs. So you put your hands with the thumbs at the back and your forefingers at the front of the thighs. And as you gently come down, roll your thighs back to the wall behind you. Then we'll come up and you can roll your thighs in. Maybe you can feel they do actually move that way naturally. So then roll them back as we go down. And roll them in as you come up. Let's roll the thighs out, back, and come into our goddess. So you can go as high or as low as you prefer. Feet are turned out here. And then we bring our arms out. If that feels okay, you can hold the chair if not. And then we'll take our little side bend and reach and reach and reach. Come back into center, lovely gods, goddesses. And we can try the other side. Reach and reach and reach. Come back into center and just holding for one more breath. Nice deep breath. Breathe it out. And then hands to the legs. Are they telling you something? Push your way up. Heel toe your feet back together. And you did it. Very nice. Okay, so let's take a breath in and send the arms to the sky. Reach it up. Exhale, glide the arms down. Inhale to reach it up. Exhale to come down. Inhale reaches the arms up. Exhale will side bend toward the left, draw the right arm across. Inhale, center. Exhale, other side. Inhale, center. Exhale, we'll clock twist toward the right. Open out your wings if you can. Keep your knees facing forward. This is spine, not knees moving. Inhale, center. Exhale, clock twist to the other side. Inhale to center. Exhale, hands to the legs, coming into a little bit of a chair pose or a skier squat, whatever you've got. Push your way back up, and we're going to come to that chair pose in front of the chair. So we'll be sitting down, but we'll do chair pose ready. So you're going to make sure you land safely. Then letting the arms come up forward, widen across your bottom, strong legs. Keep breathing until you come very nicely, gently into your seat. Yeah, beautiful. Very nice, well done. Stamp it out, shake it out. So there's a lot of bone building, muscle building, and a little bit of willpower, I think, to, when the thighs start to speak to you. So give a little attention to your knees, make sure your knees are okay. Always want to love them, look after them. And, this idea of cozy yoga flow, when we fold our bodies, that tends to be where we come to cozy. So we're going into cozy for a moment, if you want to do cozy, by folding in, folding your body into forward fold. You can let your head really relax, let it hang. Being with the sensation of breath in your body. One more nice full deep breath. Start to roll up your spine, coming up, coming up. And we'll take the right leg and kick out the leg. So see if you can hold the leg. I don't have a strap here today, but we can do this just by holding and taking the leg a little to the side and opening out the opposite arm. A nice big diagonal. Breath. And then bringing the leg back into center. And super. Shall we do the other side? Let's do it. So reach out the leg. You can hold the leg if you prefer, or you can let the leg be very strong and just be there for itself. Follow your breath. And then we can take the leg out to the side and stretch out the arm and breath. Bringing that back to center and releasing. So we're just going to do a little variation of a twist today, crossing the right leg over the left, if that's okay. And I don't usually like cross legs, but today's good. And we're going to take our twist in that direction, turning as much of your head, your upper spine, and breathing. the coziness of the breath, calming, soothing, caring. Come back in towards center, and we can put that leg down. And take the twist again to the same side. So this time the leg is down, but you take the twist to the same side. And again, following breath, massaging the organs, giving the message that all is well. Come back into center of the seat, and we're going to do those 2 twists the other side. If there's any reason it's not good for your knees, then you can just do the same twist twice without the cross of the knee. But I'm going to do that little cross, and it just gives that little extra massage with the breath to your intestines, which is kind of nice. Then set up to do your twist. Most of the twist coming from your head, your neck. But perhaps you can feel that the belly's got this lovely twist inside, that the breath is now massaging all of your organs. It's so good, so helpful. Giving a nice cozy flow in there. Let's come back to center, and then we can do the twist without the cross of the leg. So it's a little different, a little more spine activity perhaps. But the breath will be massaging something else, a different area now. Feel the movement of air going in and out of your body. Bring your body back in towards center, sitting nice and tall, giving a roll of the shoulders. And then we can feel spring-like for a moment as we open up our wings, maybe open and close the fingers, sparkle a little with freshness, sunshine, green shoots coming. And then we can hug in there and get that kind of coziness again. Add a little twist, a little romance in there. And it's that time of year we have to go from bright and breezy to cozy. And it's all good. Bringing the hands back to the heart center and taking a moment of gratitude. So I will say thank you to you guys for coming along for yoga with me, but also gratitude to our marvelous bodies, to the nature around us, to the joy of life. We are very lucky indeed. Namaste, and thanks again for coming and joining me.